has there ever been a female Godzilla? So this question goes hand in hand with Godzilla's sex. Is the kaiju a male, a female, and it or something else entirely? Of course, the king of the monsters is a guy, and with the word king, there is no doubt, but has there ever been a female of his species? And also if he is actually a he or something more. Please bear with us, and I do think this topic is going to offend many fans. It's a bit shocking, but we have to do it. We have to set the question straight. Watch till the end for a conclusive answer. Let's discuss on why we got here and break down each Godzilla at a time. Now, let's get to it. The main reason as to why this topic is so crucial is because of the existence of Godzilla's sons, in the form of Minilla from the Showa Era and Final Wars, Godzilla Jr. in the Heisei period, and even Phileas in the anime. Where did they all come from if Godzilla was a male? Even the Monsterverse Godzilla, where did he come from? Was he born, or did he slowly evolve over time and transform to this nuclear monster we see today? If there was no child or successor to the king, we wouldn't have even thought about it. The G-Man would be accepted as a one-of-a-kind, a kaiju born out of radiation due to nuclear testing and nuclear waste, and maybe evolution in some cases. In the Showa era, Godzilla was always seen as agendered by Honda and other directors who didn't give the monster a gender. So with the 1967 movie Son of Godzilla, Minilla, that ugly beast turned the entire thing around. There have been some that have come to believe that Godzilla was in fact the mother of that child. It might sound funny, but the confusion is real. Although Godzilla was the parent of Minilla, it isn't known whether the G-Man laid the egg or another female kaiju of the same species did it, something that was never answered, and if there was one, it was never shown or talked about. This is why many chose to believe that Godzilla was in fact female. And there is another school of thought, another group that believes that Godzilla was neither male nor female but hermaphroditic. That is, Godzilla has both male and female parts in him. Whatever. In the Heisei period, however, the baby Godzilla born in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 was known to only be an adopted child and not directly related to Godzilla, as it was laid in the prehistoric times by another Godzillasaurus during the time of the dinosaurs, and the living thing in it was killed when the dinosaurs were killed. But then in modern times it was revived by nuclear radiation that irradiated the egg enough for the creature to turn into another Godzilla, of course being a baby Godzilla. So in this version, the baby Godzilla did have a mother, but it was a dinosaur and not a nuclear reptile that was transformed in recent times. So we can clearly say that the Big G in the Heisei movies was in fact a male and the foster father of the baby Godzilla Jr. So now we come to Zilla, the one from the Tristar movies. This version was in fact female, even though they said it was a male and the creature can reproduce asexually. In reality, in certain circumstances and conditions, a reptile can reproduce without the need for bang bang. And one example that we know of is that of the Komodo dragons. They reproduce through parthenogenesis. This occurs of course only in females though, not males. Parthenogenesis allows the female to lay eggs without the need of a male to fertilize them. However, unfertilized eggs are in fact males. So when the hatchlings grow up, the female then mates with the males to produce more females and males and so on. So if this was to be extrapolated into the Tristar movie, then Zilla, even though hermaphroditic in a way, was originally a female. Its offsprings, however, were all males. So, one of the only times this question would have been answered properly was in the case of Godzilla the Animated Series. A female Godzilla was one of the few monsters that were prepared and planned for the show, but was later rejected and never utilized, and though there were sketches made of it, they never made it into the series, and these sketches were given names based on other Toho Godzilla monsters. The creature was supposed to appear in the episode End of the Line, but it was substituted by a Komodothrax because the producers didn't want another Godzilla on the program. And Komodothrax was a female Komodo dragon, heavily irradiated in the same way as Zilla, and even had similar powers, but you know, Godzilla was an iguana here, and this was a Komodo dragon, so not the same species. Now, the Heisei films introduced the idea of Godzilla's cells having a powerful regenerating factor, called the G1 regenerator, so perhaps at a certain point of time Godzilla just spawns an offspring or an egg asexually. Now that would have perfectly explained the Millenium Godzilla, which came out many decades after the death of the original. This would clearly show that Godzilla was in fact asexual, at least in the case of the original one. This Godzilla, and even the anime trilogy one, as well as Shin Godzilla, were all in fact asexual, neither male nor female, and they can also spawn offsprings by cellular division. Godzilla Filius was the son of Godzilla Earth, and came out from cellular fission. So were the fifth forms of Shin Godzilla, you know, the tiny humanoid Godzillas that was seen about to emerge from the tail of the fourth form. So now we come to the Monsterverse Godzilla. This version was always referred to as male, and even Michael Dougherty, the director and co-writer of Godzilla King of the Monsters, a sequel to the 2014 Godzilla and the 35th film of the franchise, was unequivocal in his response. It's a he. He's called the King of the Monsters. There was no offspring to confuse the crowd in this one. The Monsterverse G-Man is undoubtedly a male Titan, and so was another one of his kind, the long-dead 5416 Adam, or also known as Dagon. But here in this franchise, there is quite a big possibility for the existence of female Godzillas as well, since they constitute a superspecies and were numerous in the ancient prehistoric times, up to a point where they were killed by war with the species of Kongs and also preyed on by the Muros and many other conflicts. So the thing about the latest Godzilla, the one from Singular Point, is that this creature is a product of an archetypal transdimensional matter, and therefore is something that supersedes the laws of physics in this world, and is something above sex and gender, even above asexuality. It was seen first as a gigantic aquatic reptile chasing a group of serpentine kaiju called Manders. Then it transformed into an amphibious creature, then again transformed into a gigantic dinosaurian monster, and at the end became a superpowered kaiju. This is similar with the case of Shin Godzilla, but Shin has matter from this plane of existence and wasn't transdimensional in nature as compared to Singular Point Godzilla. So let's count them down. The Showa Era Godzilla was asexual or quite possibly hermaphroditic. The Heisei Godzilla was no doubt a male. Zilla from the Tristar movie was hermaphroditic and would have originally been a female since it got pregnant and has the organs for egg laying. The fact that it was hermaphroditic was due to the ability to fertilize its own eggs. Zilla from the animated series was male, although there could have been a female Zilla, but the idea was scrapped. Millenium, Shin, and the anime versions were all asexual with the ability to produce young via cell division. Singular Point was just weird and transdimensional. And lastly, the Monsterverse Godzilla was male, is a male, the king of the monsters. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Anyway, with that we come to the end of it, so do hit that like button for support and subscribe as well to be a part of the MindQ family. But most of all, smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.